First of all, thank you so much, Raman, for being here on my channel today. I believe your journey is going to be, really a kind of motivation for many of the people who really want to switch from a service-based to a product-based company, but not sure how to start, not sure what resources to follow, not sure how to approach the recruiter and all those things. So I believe the discussion, the podcast that we are going to have today is going to really helpful for the audience. So with that note, let's get started. You can start with your introduction.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thank you, Soumya, for having me here. I'm sure this will going to help a lot of people there, and it's a great opportunity for me as well, like sharing my experiences with a wider audience. So thank you so much. So hi everyone, my name is Raman Badoria. A few of you might already know me from LinkedIn. I try to share my interview experiences, my learnings, my mistakes that I have committed, and few of my technical articles as well. But for
Mhm.
those who don't know me, I will share a brief background about me. So it's a standard path that an engineering student takes. I did my BTech from computer science from GV1 Government Engineering College. It comes under the IP University. And I've been pretty good in academics throughout. So I was also awarded with Prime Minister Scholarship throughout my 4 years of BTech. And in the start of my fourth year only, I got a pre-placement offer from Infosys after clearing an All India hackathon, which is popularly known as Hack with Infi. And then I joined Infosys in 2019. I worked there for about 2.5 years. And then I made a switch in the end of 2021. And at that time, I was able to crack few top product-based companies like Oracle, Flipkart, Paytm, and few other service-based companies and startups as well.
Mhm.
But at that time, Oracle aligned best with my goals. So I joined Oracle in January 2022 as a senior member of technical staff, a senior MTS. So I joined the cloud unit of Oracle, which is known as OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And since then, I've been working with Oracle, and it has been a great journey till now. So yeah, that's a brief about me.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Got to know so many things about you. Well, you specified you have worked with Infosys, you have cleared that Hack with Info, which is a very popular program, I believe, from the Infosys side. Well,
Yeah.
so, this is a service-based company, and in the market, people, I think students now have the mindset that, okay, I have to go for a product-based company only. Maybe sometimes they do even not, join a specific company because it's a service-based company. So this is a kind of mindset in the that they are following. So I just wanted to know, like, how was your experience with service-based company as you have been there around 2.5 years?
Yeah, so if I say in just one line, like it was one of the best decisions of my career to join Infosys as a fresher. Just a disclaimer, I was part of the digital unit of Infosys, so it's my personal experience, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So how my journey started with Infosys. So as I said earlier, in the start of my fourth year, I got this opportunity on campus, and I participated in this online coding hackathon, which is known as Hack with Infi. And initially, it had few online coding rounds, which I cleared. And after that, there were few on-site interviews as well. So after clearing the complete process, I was offered the role of system engineer specialist. And then in 2019, I joined Infosys, and I was trained as a full stack developer. I was trained, my tech stack was Java, Spring Boot, Angular, and microservices. So in the training of Infosys, it is generally divided into modules. For example, communications and soft skills, then DBMS, SQL, Java, Spring Boot, Angular, and finally microservices. And after each module, there is a very dedicated examination for that particular module. So if I may say, like if someone completes this whole process of training with Infosys and clears all the examination, then I can
Mm-hmm.
100% say that they are industry ready, and obviously they will be confident in their tech skills, and so was I. So the biggest plus about Infosys is their training that is top notch. I can vouch for it.
Mm-hmm.
And just after completing my training, I was allocated a project, and it was a pretty good project. We are starting from scratch. So I was working as a full stack developer. In front end, we were using the latest Angular version, and in the back end, we were using Java, Spring Boot. We were also working on the database layer. We were managing our own DevOps pipelines. We were using messaging queues like Kafka and Redis in cache. So generally, people have this mindset that in service-based companies, the tech stack is not good. But for me, it was really great, and I was working on the
Mm-hmm.
latest tech stack. Apart from this, like my manager was really good and the team was also really supportive. So again, this is a very big plus for me, like getting this such good project. And after about 1.5 years, I also got this opportunity to sit in an internal examination that Infosys conducts. and it's just not for the digital unit. Anyone in the Infosys can participate in that. So
Mhm.
I cleared that as well, which had few coding rounds as well as interviews, and I got promoted to power programmer. So again, this is a very big plus from Infosys side, because like obviously there is a normal hierarchy there based on your experience and number of years of experience. You will get promotions, but this examination is also there, which happens every year. So you can jump that hierarchy and directly become the part of the digital unit. So it's a very big plus for everyone. And
Mhm.
after clearing this examination, I think within just 2 years of my total experience, I got a chance to lead a team of 7 full stack developers. So I became the tech lead of my product within just 2 years of experience. So I think that was a very big opportunity for me, because I got, in addition to my tech skills, obviously, I got to learn about my leadership skills, communication skills, how to manage people. So this was again a big plus for me. And I worked there for about 2.5 years. So everything was just perfect for me. So I'm not sure about others, but like for me, it was a great start in a service-based company. And
Mhm.
just I discussed about the tech benefits of Infosys. Just like a benefit which is apart from this was like their campus. Like wow, their campus is like just amazing. I generally training happens in Mysore campus, and it is
Mhm.
world's largest corporate training facility, and it has some great facilities. And I also got the chance to take my parents there, and they were also amazed and really proud of me after seeing that campus and those facilities. So that's
Mhm.
how I also count that as a plus for me. So yeah, my experience in Infosys.
Great, great. First of all, thanks for bursting that myth. As you specified, the overall process, starting from the training itself, how it was helpful, and how it helped. It can help someone to become industry ready, then getting into projects, and then even that, if someone want to make that jump. So you specified about that internal exam as well, and you got a chance even to lead a team. So many things you mentioned that I believe is a plus point. So if if students watching this, or even yeah, especially I would say freshers or students watching this, so see guys, it's not always I'm not saying that always the experience with a service based company is going to be good, and same can happen with the product based company as well. So don't think that if a company is a big brand or something, so everyone is happy or everyone is having a good experience. It depends project to project, right? So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for giving the overall idea of the process and the things. Okay, so next question is regarding that you have specified that you got so many offers when you were looking for the opportunities from different top-notch companies, product-based, service-based, and even startups. So this question I get, and even I believe you must be getting the same, that some people are applying for the opportunities, but they are not getting any reply back, or they are not listening back from the recruiters. So I mean, what was your approach, or anything that you have learned during your process when you were applying for the opportunities, any mistakes that one can avoid? So how to basically approach the recruiters, and what is the right way to go with this?
So I followed like basically there were few ways in which I applied and which personally helped me. Obviously, the market condition changes, but I think the process remains the same. The very
Mm-hmm.
first and easy way is to via careers page. So
Mm-hmm.
just go on the careers page and look for the openings which basically matches with your skills. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I get a request for referrals, and their skill set does not matches with the JD, which is not a good thing. Like if you are asking for a referral, you should refer a JD first. So once you
Mm-hmm.
get the job ID, do not directly apply to the careers page, because the better way is to get a referral. So just go on LinkedIn, try to connect with the developers from who are working in that company, but who has somewhat less followers. So your chances of
Mm-hmm.
getting your connection request being accepted increases. And do not just send your connection request, send a personalized invite so that they feel like, yeah, this person is actually trying to connect with me. And when you connect with them, just ask for a referral. If you get a referral, that's the best way. If
Mm-hmm.
not, but then the last option is to apply via careers page. So these are the two ways, via LinkedIn or via the careers page. The third way from which I got the most calls was Naukri.com. So I basically create a good profile on Naukri.com with the latest resume, and I used to keep updating it with the latest keywords which matches my skills. So my profile ranks higher. So I
Mm-hmm.
got most of the calls from my Naukri.com. And for freshers, I would say there are few examinations as well, which via which the company hires. And at my time, when I got the offer from Infosys via on campus, but I was also applying off campus, and I got few offers there as well. So what
Mm-hmm.
I did is, like, there are few examination, for example, MCAT or e-litmus, to which like the freshers can apply. So you need to obviously there is some fee. Once you
Mm-hmm.
pay that and you take the examination, your a scorecard will be generated based on your performance in the examination, and it will be valid for 1 year. And many good companies, product-based companies, hire via these examinations. So this is one thing that freshers can basically explore. So yeah, that's one. These are the ways that I tried.
Got it, got it. Thanks for specifying that. And even the MCAT and the e-litmus part, like even I have done the same because I was looking for off-campus opportunities. So yeah, these exams help. So if someone, is there is someone in their college, there is no company, hiring, or you are completely dependent on the off-campus process, then you can definitely give it a try for these exams that you have specified. Well, now coming to the interview process. So you have cleared the interview of multiple companies, but let's talk about your current company as of now. So what was the overall process of Oracle?
In Oracle, like basically the process of Oracle, and I am part of the cloud unit, as I said, OCI. The process
Mm-hmm.
might differ a bit, but for OCI, it's a standard one and it's
Okay.
a holistic process. So,
Mm-hmm.
firstly, how did I apply? So, one of my friend was who was working with me in Infosys earlier. He was working
Mm-hmm.
at Oracle at that time. So, I asked for a referral, and I got that. And the recruiter approached me and scheduled my first interview. So, the first interview is basically a screening round in which you will be tested based on all your skills that you have mentioned in your resume on your past projects and everything. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just to check whether you are good enough to go in the loop rounds. So
Mm-hmm.
in the screening round, there were few DSA questions for me, which were mainly logical, and I had to use my logical building skills on those questions. And apart from DSA, there were questions about Java, like how internally few classes are implemented in Java, how the data structures are internally implemented, various
Mm-hmm.
design patterns, what are the basically latest features in Java that you are using in your project. And I was also given few code snippets. I had to reduce their output. And not only that, I had to explain what is happening in the background at each line, how the memory is being managed, how the data structures are internally working. And
Mm-hmm.
there were a few questions about the frameworks that I have used, for example, Spring Boot, or few questions on Angular as well. And apart from this, like discussions on my past projects, what were my roles and responsibilities, how well I know the architecture of my past projects. So that was a complete interview and it lasted for about an hour. So
Mm-hmm.
just after a day, I got the news that I've cleared the screening round and I was moving to loop rounds. Then, so in OCI, the loop rounds are basically these are a set of 5 rounds. And once you clear the screening round, you have to complete all the 5 rounds to get a result. There is no elimination round after this. So I think that's
Mm-hmm.
the best part about OCI process. It reduces the
Okay.
chances of luck. Your one
Mm-hmm.
interview can go wrong, but not all your interviews, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
reduces the chances of luck in that case. So in those 5 rounds, the first 2 rounds are completely technical. There will be few DSA questions that you will encounter. And apart from that, again, the standard theoretical questions about Java, your frameworks, your past projects, and few discussion about how do you specifically, if an unknown problem occurs to you, then how you will approach that problem, how you will debug few things. So few discussions about that. So those 2 rounds were completely technical and based on my logical thinking. Then the third round was system design round, and it was a mix of high level and low level. Few discussions on high level design, and one complete question about low level design. I had to implement a complete working implementation of that particular product, and
Mm-hmm.
there I need to basically consider all the edge cases, follow the solid principles, and follow the best practices of all the coding that we do regularly. And it
Mm-hmm.
should be easily extensible using interfaces and classes, because after I implement it, they might ask me to add more features to it. So we should be
Mm-hmm.
easily able to add those features. So third round was completely system design. Then the fourth round is a hiring manager round. So in hiring manager, it basically depends on what the manager wants to test you upon. So it can be a DSA question or it can be a system design question. But the main focus will be on your past projects, what you have worked upon, what was the role of your team and you in that particular project, and how well you understand the architecture. So they might ask you to explain the complete architecture of your product,
Mm-hmm.
and few discussion about the theoretical questions and frameworks, obviously. And in the last, there will be a discussion about your current role that is being offered, what are the technologies that are being used in the current project, and what you will be working upon. So that was the fourth round. And the fifth
Mm-hmm.
round was a bartender round, which is a behavioral round in which there will
Okay.
be situation based question will be there, and you will be basically judged how well fit you are, not for the only for the team but for the company, because in future you might be switching the teams in the company, so they will be checking your fit into the complete organization. So yeah, just after completing all these rounds, my all these 5 rounds were completed within 3 days, and just after
Okay.
a day I got the result that I've been selected. So yeah, that was the complete process.
Got it. Got it. I mean, I must say the process took very few days only, and just in few days you got to know about about your final results. So thank you for giving the complete idea about the overall process and the rounds you went through. Well, you specified that during your technical interviews you were asked questions based on DSA and system design. So just one question related to that only. I just wanted to know what are the resources that you followed during your preparation, because I know there are plenty of resources right now when it comes to DSA, but for system design not that much resources. So exactly what were the resources that you followed?
Yeah, see, as you said, like in this today's internet era, like everyone
Mm-hmm.
has the all the resources that they have. So now it boils down to what exactly you are preparing and how much you are preparing for it, right? So for
Mm-hmm.
DSA, I followed two approaches. The first one, there are already free DSA sheets available over the internet, right? Few
Mm-hmm.
by the Striver, few are from
Yeah.
Lovebubber. So what I did,
Yeah.
I picked all these DSA sheets, and
Mm-hmm.
basically they have a lot of question, like around 500 in each sheet. So practically it's not possible with our to complete all those sheets with our daily work, right? So what I did is
Mm-hmm.
I discussed with my friends who are already giving the interviews and with my seniors to
Mm-hmm.
understand basically what kind of questions are asked in the interview. And then
Mm-hmm.
based on that, I extracted around 100 and 150 questions from all those DSA sheets and prepared my own DSA sheet, which had around 150 questions. And then I
Mm-hmm.
practiced those questions only. Once I'm done with those questions, I started giving interviews. And whenever in the interview, I used to encounter any question which I was not able to solve, I used to, after the interview, I used to solve it and add it to my sheet. And after a while, my sheet was of such high quality that the questions started repeating in the interviews from that sheet. So in
Okay.
this way, I prepared my own sheet. So that
Mm-hmm.
was the first way I started learning from my own mistake. So as like famously said, like a smart person learns from his own mistakes, but a wise man
Mm-hmm.
learns from the mistakes of others. So what I did is like I started learning from the mistakes of my friends as well. So the second approach that I took, I used to connect with my friends after their interviews as well, and then we used to discuss like what kind of questions are being asked, and if they faced any unknown question, then how did they approach it in the interview itself. So in this way, I like basically improved my knowledge as well. So these are the two ways in which I prepared for DSA. So for DSA, it's just about practice, and your resources should be concise as much as possible. So that
Mm-hmm.
was about DSA. Coming to system design, earlier the trend was after only 3 4 years of experience, the companies used to ask about system design. But now the
Mm-hmm.
trend has changed. The competition has increased. Only after
Mm-hmm.
1 year of experience, companies are asking about system design. So what I did is like, so system design is divided into two parts, high level and low level. So for high level, if you see the trend, what generally is being asked in the interview is they are asking about the social media applications. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
design a WhatsApp for me, design Instagram for me, Twitter, Tinder. These are the main applications, Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, right? So there are so many apps, you cannot prepare all the applications. So what I did is like I identified the pattern. So if they're asking about social media applications, what are the main functionalities that are there? So if you see about in the terms of functionalities, there are only mainly 4 to 5 functionalities are there. One-to-one messaging, last
Mm-hmm.
seen, read receipts, right? How to handle images, right? So what I did, I instead of preparing applications, I prepared the functionalities. So in this way, my resources reduced and it was very focused. And
Mm-hmm.
for high level, you can basically refer to any free videos over the internet, over the YouTube, and you will get an idea what needs to be discussed. And then you can basically prepare for high level design. So what I did is like I prepared all these functionalities from WhatsApp, watched a few videos by Gaurav Sen, and in that way I completed that WhatsApp and all those functionalities. And then for images, I studied Instagram. Then for handling posts and comments, I studied Twitter. And there are some exceptional functionalities as well, like how Twitter pushes tweets continuously and so frequently in your feed, and how
Mm-hmm.
Tinder handles and basically recommends you profiles based on various parameters like distance or gender or your other inputs, right? So these are some exceptional functionalities which I prepared separately from, again, from YouTube only. So I did not
Mm-hmm.
bought any course, like it is like freely available. So I just prepared that. So in this way, I prepared for high level. For low level design, it's just like about practice. So I made a list of the most asked 5 questions, which I prepared. For example, a multi-level parking system, elevator,
Mm-hmm.
a traffic light, Uber, for example, cab booking system, and e-commerce platform like Amazon or Flipkart. So what I did, I picked up these questions. Firstly, I saw a mock interview, like what exactly needs to be done in low level design. And then I allocated 1.5 hours for myself and try to basically implement the complete system in that. So after implementing that, I used to test my solution on various edge cases and inputs. And if it is working fine, then finally I used to go over YouTube and saw a mock interview for that particular problem. And I used to see
Mm-hmm.
like what exactly other persons are implementing and what is the good thing that they are doing, which I am not doing. So I used to incorporate that in my solution as well. So in this way, I just prepared 4 or 5 questions and I was able to do them within the time limit, and I was ready for the low level as well. So yeah, in this way only I prepared for system design.
Okay. I must say the great approach. I mean, I've taken multiple other podcasts as well, but the approach that you just proposed kind of unique and new to me, and I really like that approach. It would be great if you can, share those 150 questions that you just specified. Definitely, I'll put them in the description. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much for
sure.
sharing this approach. I mean, amazing approach, I must say. Well,
Thanks.
I know, I believe I got to know so many things from you. Even I learned from you, and even the audience who will be watching this will get a proper idea about the things and the discussion that we had. That's it from my side. But before wrapping up the podcast, I would like to know if you have any advice for freshers who are just starting their career, anything, any mistake that you did, or any learning that you want to share. So yeah.
See, like there are already some great advice from great people on how to prepare DSA, on how to prepare system design. So I will not
Mhm.
share anything on that. But just one thing, just be, first of all, congratulations if you are entering this field. You will be learning a lot. But just one advice on that, like just be confident wherever you are in your life.
Mhm.
Uh, for example, there is a lot of debate, as you said as well, that service-based companies are not good, and if you're not in product-based company, you are not successful. That is
Mhm.
completely wrong. Uh, Basically, a company is not good or bad. Your personal experience with that company is good or bad. So if you are working in a service-based company and your experience is good, you are learning a lot, then it's a great company for you. Just stay there. And whenever in future, if you think your learning has stopped or you want to explore new things, then you can
Mhm.
easily make a switch. So it's all about your personal experience. So just be confident wherever you are. And yes, you will be like, if you want to make a switch, you will be there just with some uh, concise and smart work. You will be there in few months. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Raman. I completely agree with your advice. And again, it was really nice talking to you. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.